Hello and welcome to a long overdue episode of The Nerdy Oz Show, and I am joined as always by Mr. Cool Dude, Aaron Murray Miller.
Con bon moi.
And as always, my name's Pinch, and we're here to catch you up on all the nerdy stuff. Aaron's been overseas, travelling the world. He entered a tournament that was put on by this eccentric billionaire Bison, and they got the best street fighters from around the world in Japan, and he was beaten by some guy in a ripped up karate costume.
Yeah, I was Blanca.
Yeah, you were.
I was Blanca.
What is Blanca?
Haven't you watched the movie?
Well, I watched...
He was a scientist.
Well, this is our first subject. Let's talk about some video games for a change. I was heavily anticipating the release of Street Fighter 30th Anniversary.
Yeah.
And so on the Street Fighter channel on YouTube, they've had a whole heap of content sort of around this. Like they had history of Street Fighter 1, history of Street Fighter 2, history of Street Fighter 3, because they're included, and all sorts of stuff anyway. Anyway, all the videos, and I learnt that Blanca was human.
Yeah, he was a scientist.
At the end of one of the things, he goes home to his parents and they're normal or something.
Oh, yeah, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he goes back to the Amazon.
And that's cool. And I also didn't know that... See, I never played Street Fighter 3. And...
It's got Akuma in it, doesn't it?
It does, but it's like all these weird characters I've never heard of because it comes after Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 3 comes after Street Fighter 5.
Well, Street Fighter 3 is set in the future.
Oh, okay.
And
So Street Fighter 5 is like a prequel.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 4 and 5 are before it. Yeah, I don't know.
What's Street Fighter 1? I think I remember it. Was it like...
Street Fighter 1 is just one. You can only be Ryu, and then if you're two people, the other person's can so you can't choose different characters. But
is it like a fighter like Street Fighter 2, or is it different?
It's a fight. It's not like a Double Dragon one.
Double Dragon.
It's not like a scrolling punch 'em up. It's an actual fighter. But the weird thing I think they said was, say you're playing it in the arcade where it first came out.
Yeah.
If you put in your quarter for 2-player and you hit 2-player, then you'd be Ken and you'd battle. But then the winner would go in and fight the computers, and you couldn't challenge ever again. Yeah, so you could only have 2-player once. Yeah. And then whoever won goes and fights the computer characters, but you can't challenge ever again.
And who are the other characters that you fight?
There's some. They brought them back, I think, lots of them. Birdie is one of them.
Birdie, hey?
Do you know him? He's like a biker fat dude that does his chain and he slams people and
that
stuff.
Sounds familiar.
And he goes, oh yeah. I don't know. People know, but they brought lots of them back from Street Fighter 1 for Street Fighter 4 and 5.
Birdie reminds me. Have you ever played a game called Pit Fighter?
Yep.
Pit Fighter's pretty rad.
I haven't even bought Street Fighter. See, I was so excited for it, and now it's out. I'm like, it's too expensive. Wait for it to come out secondhand or something. So I haven't even bought it, but I've been heavily playing
Street Fighter
30th Anniversary. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. It's got Street Fighter 1... Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Alpha Turbo, Street Fighter... So it's got basically Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2...
Turbo's just where you can use like fast motion shit, isn't it?
I think it's just Street Fighter 2 with the speed up a bit.
Yeah, the speed up stuff. I remember those control pads. Remember the D-pads that you could get that had the turbo button?
Yeah. And it would speed them up. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. All the ones that had that like spam button, so if you were playing like R-Type or a shooter, you could click the switch and it'd just be like...
Do you remember the joysticks for playing like a flight simulator?
Oh, yeah.
You get like, yeah.
They come with that little Commodore 60 HDMI to Commodore 64. I noticed had a little joystick.
Yeah, or the like the Atari one.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the one button.
That was the weirdest thing I thought when I was noticing when I was watching that Street Fighter stuff, because I sort of got hooked on watching Street Fighter esports. Yeah. And all the characters and all he did a parry. Oh, I did a parry on the move. And there's this famous move in one of the competition where the guy wins from a... I play these games, and I guess I'm only just started with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but listening to these guys talk, they're like, he did this parry that's hard to block, so when someone does one of those moves, it's like the characters, like the whole screen changes colour and it makes like 220 hits. Yeah, they're the apparently best. There's a parry that you can do where it will take their power and reverse it, but you have to do it like there's like a hundredth millionth of a second that you can do it. Anyway, this Street Fighter expert, whose name eludes me now, he's from Japan. He's like the Street Fighter esport. If you're into it at all, you'd know him. Yeah. He did it at one of the competitions and won the final.
Well, that's pretty badass. It's pretty badass if he pulled it off.
Yeah, and the guy cried when they were given the ceremony, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's cried," because he was just lost. I don't know. It was America versus Japan, and the American guy cried because the Japanese guy pounded him. But now But now, apparently, that guy, they've changed Street Fighter 5 or something, or 4 enough or something, so all the leaderboards are flat, and that guy isn't as good anymore, the Japanese guy, because they've changed something or something like that. So he's got to...
Is he upset?
Climb his way back. No, he was saying that he's glad that it's bringing new people in, and that you don't have to... Because he thought that towards the end... there's no... If you were just a Street Fighter guy picking it up, you had no shot of anything. So he thinks it's good that they sort of all start from zero, because it gives those people a chance to come to the top again.
Yeah, build it up.
But I never knew so much about Street Fighter. But I've been playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Still trying to finish it. I'm on this big boss. I beat up Ultron Sigma. And now Ultron Sigma's come back, but he's like a big head. And he's sort of sticking out the top of the head.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And so I've got to beat him, but it's weird because I find with Marvel... tell me, you've played fighter games. Does this ever happen to you?
Yeah.
So with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, sometimes I'll get to like a big boss, and I'll go, and he'll just like own me, like, bah, and I'm like, I didn't even get any punches in. And like I've been playing for a little while, so I know like blocks and parries and special moves, and I have my favourite guys. And
flawless victory.
Yeah, but in the story mode, you don't get to choose your guys. You just have to, because it'll be like Captain America and Rocket, and then that's who you have to fight with. But this guy was... I find that lots of the big guys, they, like, for about the first 4 or 5 times, they smash me and I can't beat them. And then all of a sudden, I just beat them flawlessly with, like, no health.
You think they're just like, this guy's having trouble?
I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Let's make it a little easy for him.
Do you think that happens? I don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I'm playing a game, I'm like... They're like... You seem to be having troubles. Let me make this easier for you.
That little paperclip.
I've been playing...
You seem like a noob. Let me make this.
I was playing Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefield thing.
That's meant to be really hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and I got to this... it was like a spaceship level, so I'm just flying around this space station. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. And I'm killing everything. And I'm like, this is mad. But after like an hour of doing it, I'm like, I probably should be doing something else, because this is taking... And then I had a look, I was like, oh yeah, I got to fly inside the space station. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I went and docked. But every time I docked, I died. And so like, then for like another half hour, I was like dying repeatedly, just like...
What the fuck's going on?
This is like a long, drawn out fucking pain in the ass. So I was just like, okay. So I just dumbed it down to easy. Yeah. Because I watched a YouTube video and I was like, well, this dude just did it a piece of piss. So I dumbed it down to easy, did it in a second, then jacked it back up to hard, which I think is sort of shit that they let you do that in video games these days, but it made my life so much better.
Yeah, that's true. It makes it easier, but you're right, because you think that if...
Because like back in the day, right?
Yeah, they were harder.
If you wanted to see the actual, like, if you wanted to do the hard, like the veteran or whatever, and like you'd get rewarded at the end of the game by seeing the only way you're going to see this ending is if you did it on veteran. If you did it on easy, you don't get much of an ending.
Like Samus's suit or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And
where she's in a bikini or whatever.
And so like that's, the payoff for, putting yourself through all this shit.
The reward, yeah.
But now you can just be like, well, this is really hard. I'm going to make it easy. And then at the end, just be like, no, I want to see the hard bit.
Yeah, so you could do the whole game on easy and then change it to hard at the last minute.
Yeah.
And then go, I finished on hard.
Even like Sonic the Hedgehog, I remember you get so many lives and so many continues, but if you ran out of lives and continues,
it was game over for good.
You had to start at the very beginning of the fucking game.
Well, I can remember, I think it was probably Sonic 2 that I got on the Mega Drive. Anyway, it was one of them, and I can remember I used to pause the Mega Drive overnight, and while I was at school, and just turn the TV off because I couldn't save.
But if it overheats and it resets, and then that's the trouble that you run without doing that.
But I couldn't save it. You couldn't save it, so
there is no save.
And I was like, I've just done 150 levels of whatever, so you'd have to pause it and like
I'll be playing. What's the new Zelda game on the Switch? What's that called?
Oh, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
but I'll be like
Game of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think Nintendo got Game of the Year with Breath of the Wild, and also Odyssey got second or something. So they're doing well.
Yeah, I finished Odyssey, but I'm playing Breath of the Wild, and I'll be like running around and I've got a mad sword, and then my sword breaks. I'm like, well, fuck this. And so then I just go back to the last save, and then I'm like, okay.
Oh, you got your sword again?
Yeah, it's a mad sword.
Yeah, that's my good sword, bro. That's my good sword.
But it's cheating. Like, I just think that...
Well, it's not really... I mean, it's not really
But
cheating.
then you got the other extreme where you got these endless runners where if you die, and like you got like if you die once, the game's over.
Yeah.
Like you don't even get a second life or continue or anything. If you die,
game's over.
That's
Well, the annoying thing I found with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that I've been playing, is there's so many fucking Ultron drones that you just fight for no reason.
Yeah.
And also, you can't unlock characters. Like, you don't. Like, I figure if you did finish it on hard, then they go, you can unlock this character or whatever.
They give you, like, because you're doing it on hard, they should give you something.
And so if you defeat the character, it unlocks the tile square on the selection screen, but they're grayed out. But you have to buy the characters.
So you got to finish it, and then you can buy them.
You have to,
Can you pay extra and just buy them?
I think you can just buy them at the start,
But it's cheaper if you do it on hard.
I don't know why I think they just do it to tease you, to go, hey, look, you can buy these dudes. Because if you click on it, the greyed out square, it brings up the PlayStation store with like X-Files character pack.
They got to make money.
Well, they made money off the game. The game cost $100.
The game costs $100 and you still got to pay money.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind like if a game is free, like Fortnite or something, and then you're like, cool, I'm playing this game for free, and they're like, you can get all this stuff. I'm like, I don't want none of that stuff. I just want to play a crappy game for free.
Exactly. But if you buy a game and you pay $100, that should be the game that you get.
Everything should be included.
Exactly, but it's not.
Like, I can understand if there's DLC, like, they're going to always do shit like that, but...
Yeah, DLC's fine after the game if they're like, well, now we've made something extra.
Here's an expansion pack, I understand that, but they shouldn't be like, you've just spent a, premium price, and if you want to use these awesome characters, you're going to give us another $5.
And the thing that shits me off is that now you can get Street Fighter 4 in the store, on PlayStation Store, for like $54 or something. Ultimate character Street Fighter with everything included, the whole game.
Yeah.
So if you bought Street Fighter 4 originally, and then you bought all the character DLC and stuff, I think someone said online it costs about $250 all up if you buy everything.
Yeah.
So if you did that, and then now you can buy it for $54 with everything, then you'd have, I guess you got it earlier or whatever, but you'd have the shits.
I'd be upset.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
See, I remember when you'd be playing Mortal Kombat and to unlock Smoke, you just had to know some special code.
That's what's cool.
Shit.
That's what I was hoping as well. Yeah. Well, those days are gone. At least for PlayStation. And then I went to play online because I was like, I'm getting pretty good. And I can't play online without a PlayStation Pro account. A PlayStation Plus account.
Yeah, so that's how they get you. But there's always ways around that, Like, I used to subscribe to Xbox Live every month with a different email address.
Yeah.
And then I'd be able to play, all the free games and play online.
Well, they give you a free game every month, apparently, from PlayStation Plus. So you get... People say it's worth it or something, but...
The only problem is, with your account... It remembers where you're up to in your account, so you'd be like, cool, I got a new account, but you'd be like, well, now I got to start all over again.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
But I think
that Xbox.
Nintendo announced that they were doing it pretty cheap.
And Nintendo, you don't even need it. So if I have Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to play the leaderboards or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, for free on my PlayStation on Street Fighter 30th, I could play local if you had a controller and you're sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everything else I need. For Switch, you can play local with anyone that's got a Switch.
Yeah.
And you can play online. I don't think you need a subscription to the Nintendo store.
But they're bringing out a subscription service later in the year or something. I think it's pretty cheap, and you get a fair few games to start off with.
That's
it's supposed to be pretty good, Nintendo. But
that'd be good. They'd have all their old games up there and stuff.
That was the advantage of Sony with the PlayStation 3 over the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 you had to pay for Xbox Live, whereas PlayStation 3 you could play multiplayer for free.
Yeah, well now they've screwed it with PlayStation 4. They're like,
they're probably just we can make money.
Yeah.
So
their conference at E3 was shit. I think Microsoft had the best conference. I don't have an Xbox, so it doesn't give me a shit. Although Nintendo made me want the thing the most. Nintendo won't make me want the most things.
Yeah.
Sony it was shit conference, but they probably have better content.
Yeah.
And Microsoft had a better sort of thing. They didn't have anything exciting. Halo looked cool or whatever.
I haven't watched it's Infinite or something that's called the Halo game?
Yeah.
And it's not Bungie anymore, it's that...
No, it's some new studio.
421 or 431,
whatever.
whatever.
That sounds right. It's just, I
prefer the Bungie ones, hey?
Yeah, I haven't played any of them. I just thought the render looked cool.
I played them all. They're all good.
They just had Master Chief running with his gun, and then another Master Chief ran past him, and you could see the reflection in his helmet of the other Master. And I thought, wow, that looks pretty cool. But I haven't played whatever. They all look really good. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite looks pretty good. I mean, some of the character designs are wonky AF, but
you should buy an Xbox One and a Switch.
I should just get a Switch. I think a Switch is. I think I'm going to, after I finish a few games that I wanted to play, I think I'm just going to sell my PlayStation and get a Switch, because I think a Switch is more suited to me. I like those games more. They're more fun, and they're less...
Switch is fun. I've only had it since Christmas, but it was great. We took it to Japan.
Yeah.
We played it on the bullet train. It's just... Yeah, it's great.
And you see, I probably play maybe 2-3 hours of video games a week at most. PlayStation's for people that, play 4 hours
every
or more, play 10 hours a day,
play 4 hours every hour.
And I think Switch is good because you could have Animal Crossing or whatever, you can pick them up and play them, and you can chuck it in your bag and you can kill time on it, and they have little cooking simulators, and
plus there are some good games.
There are lots of, they had that. I mean, the game of the year, I don't know who votes for them, but game of the year last year was Breath of the Wild and then Mario Odyssey.
I was playing some... I think I was telling you, I can't remember the name of the game I was playing, but it's weird, and you're like...
and Switch is underpowered compared to the others, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, totally. It always is. Nintendo's... I remember playing... There was a Star Wars game. What was it called?
It was Super Star Wars?
No. It was about this guy called Starkiller.
Oh, yeah, that's... I played that as well, Force Unleashed.
Yeah, but there was a second one.
Oh, I didn't play it.
Well, the second one you could get for your would have been not the Wii U. What was just the Wii?
Yeah.
You could have a lightsaber for your Wiimote.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so you have a lightsaber and it lights up and stuff. And so I was like, this is cool. So I bought it on that. But the graphics look shit. And I was just like, whatever, I'll play it. So I played this entire game. You literally stand in front of your TV with a lightsaber. Just.
See, that's the thing with Nintendo as well. Sometimes, their press conference. Okay, so the Nintendo E3 press conference that I liked was... it all looked good, but everything at E3 looks good, I guess. But, Smash Brothers Ultimate looks awesome.
Everyone said that was good. Hey?
So they haven't really upgraded or changed too much from the old one. What they've concentrated on is every Smash Brothers character that's ever been in Smash Brothers in its whole series is back in this. So rather than we've upgraded graphics, we've introduced new game modes, done this, what they've done is we've got every character because I guess people were like, you took off
Donkey Kong.
Snow Brothers was one of them.
Okay.
Or whatever, I don't know who they are. But the Snow Brothers, they look like bubble guys.
Oh, yeah, I know the guys, yeah.
And they're like, you took them away, so now
they're
got
back. Beanies and jumpers and stuff.
Yeah. Little Eskimo hoods. Yeah. And there's two of them, Nano and Pop or something. Yeah. And they've also now got Inklings. So, and they've got a Splatoon level, and the Inklings can, if you ink the other player, then they take more damage. Yeah. But you have to, manage your ink. And,
that sounds cool.
You can, roll the stat. Yeah, so we got the Inklings, but I haven't played Splatoon, but it's meant to be
I haven't
good.
played it either, but everyone loves it.
So that looks cool. And the other character they got is Ridley from... he's the last boss in Super Metroid, I think. He's a big pterodactyl-looking thing.
That's pretty cool.
So they brought him in. He's a new character, and then the Inklings are new characters.
Yeah, and what else did they announce? They announced Star Fox, was it?
It's Starlink Alliance, which is a game that isn't to do with Star Fox, but they brought Star Fox into it.
Oh, that's cool.
And this looked weird. I showed you the photo of that. So it's a controller, and it's got a little clip in the middle.
Yeah, I saw that thing.
And so you slide first your pilot, so you pick your pilot and you slide him on, and then instantaneously he appears on the screen it'll be like Star Fox. Yeah. And then your ship fits over him. Yeah. And when you put the body of the ship on, it instantly appears. But the selling point for it is that it's instantaneous. So, if you're playing in the middle of a battle and you pull the wing off, then the wing goes off your ship automatically. Yeah. And if you take that wing and clip it to the other wing upside down, so you've got two on one side, then your ship will look like that instantaneously in the game.
That's cool. What about, did they talk about the, what's that stuff they got? It's like...
They didn't talk about Nintendo Cardboard.
Yeah, the cardboard.
They didn't mention that at all.
So is that out in Australia
Yeah,
yet?
I think so.
Yeah, because I saw it in Japan. I saw it had sticky tape that you could buy for it and stuff.
Oh, really? It's $120 for some cardboard that you have to put. You can make a piano, a robot, or something. So the Joy-Con collars must vibrate or something, so you can move the guy around.
Well, one of them's a tank, and so I think you put it in, like you make the tank, then you put your Joy-Cons in, and then when it vibrates, it moves.
It moves, yeah.
And the piano would just be a piano.
You just play like that.
Yeah, and the little robot's got like ropes and stuff.
But there's like a boxing robot, isn't there?
That's the thing you wear on your back. Yeah. I think there's a game called Arms. I don't know if it's got anything to do with that, but it's pretty.
Oh yeah, Arms. I've seen that. The little.
It's just like
springy arms.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
That looks cool. Splatoon looks good too. Oh, they got up to Splatoon 2. How are they up to Splatoon 2 already? Switch only just came out.
Maybe there was Splatoon on one of the other games. I don't know.
But the other ones, they didn't even mention that. They mentioned the Pokeball Plus.
Yeah, you were showing me that. That's pretty cool.
So there's a new Pokemon game called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah.
The only difference is one of them you're a girl and one of them you're a guy. I don't know why they have to be two separate games, but they do that all the time with Sun and Moon and.
Oh yeah, they always do that stuff, don't they? So you got to buy two games
if you want to play.
There's like Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah. Didn't it start with Red and Blue? Wasn't that the original? So the difference is this one you've got. So basically this is the first 3D one. They've designed it for, because like the guy said on the presentation, this is the first one we've designed for people to play at home. Yeah. This is the first one we're like, okay, they're going to be sitting in front of their TV playing Pokemon, because normally they're handheld, like on DS or Game Boy or phone. Yeah, but this is going to be...
So
I never really thought about that, huh?
I never either. I was like, isn't there a Pokemon for Super Nintendo or something?
I used to play one on the PC, but it was just a mod, like an emulator from the Game Boy.
Do you think there was one on the Super Nintendo?
Not that I remember.
Oh.
They could have been.
No, probably not, because on my... mini NES, you'd think they would have put Pokemon on.
Now it's always handheld as far as I remember.
Yeah, so this might be the first one anyway. It looks beautiful. You have Pikachu, he rides on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you can pick another little Pokemon to follow you around, or if it's like an Onix, a big one, you can ride on him.
Sorry,
it looks pretty cool.
Pokemon Center at Osaka Station, but I saw a sign for it and I was like, I got to find the Pokemon Center.
Get the Japanese Pokemon.
Yeah, but then Kylie's mum and Indy got lost, so,
so you had to go find them.
Yeah, I had to go find them instead of Pokemon.
Like, damn it, I could be catching a Japanese Squirtle.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, konnichiwa.
Yeah, konnichiwa.
I am Japanese Squirtle.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. You went to lots of places. Did you see a Nintendo Land or something? You went to Disney though and stuff, I guess, in more pop culture.
I saw the Nintendo building in Kyoto.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And did you see any arcades?
Yeah, but there's lots of Sega arcades.
Oh, is there?
Sega's big over there.
Yeah, so they got lots of Sega arcades. Well, Sega make arcade games almost exclusively now, don't they?
Yeah, they get dark because all the bottom levels are just like claw machines.
Yeah,
claw machines are huge.
Oh yeah, I saw them in that Sydney park and stuff. They have all them.
But then, like when you get up to the next couple of levels, it just gets dark.
Yeah,
and there's guys just like smoking cigarettes, playing video games, and like drinking coffee and stuff. You're like, and like, yeah, they're cool games, but like I have no idea what. Like there was one that was a gun. It was two guns. Yeah, and you've got to like. You can combine them, and then they would do. Oh no, it was crazy.
That's weird.
And like some
gun combo.
Yeah, it was weird. Some was just like, and then there was like a mech pods that you could get in, and then you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there was lots of cool video games over there.
They have heaps, I imagine. Well, they watching those Street Fighter documentaries, I think, seem to be like much more popular.
Yeah,
and the arcades tend to be more popular.
Arcades are huge over there. I didn't realize they even have like electronic darts, and it's weird. Hey, like it's like it died off in Australia. We don't have arcades
video
anymore.
Arcades, yeah, we don't have that culture. I guess they don't have a lot of space. So
I guess people have their own home entertainment systems, you know. So they're just like, okay, I'll just go play my Xbox. Why would I go spend a bunch of money
at the arcade? Yeah, well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Why would you? They cost money.
But these dudes they just seem like they're going to sit there all night playing these games. Hey?
Yeah, well, that's what
some of them actually. I went to one and it was virtual reality, John Wick.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hey,
watch your dog get killed in virtual reality.
Virtual reality, yeah.
No!
So that seemed to be a big thing coming in. They had a couple other virtual reality games as well. So
yeah, so that's cool. The other cool Nintendo thing I saw, that the Pokeball Plus lets you. So with that Pokemon game, it's a control. So it lets you can play the whole game with so it looks like a Pokeball. It's about not very big, about 20 centimeters across something.
Yeah.
But the center of it's the joystick, so you can move the character around like that. So you can play the whole game with just this Pokeball. You don't need the controller.
That's cool.
And it's got a button there. And when you've got to catch Pokemon, you can throw it. It's got a wrist strap, but you can throw it, and then it'll get thrown on the screen.
That's cool.
And
then does it like judge like how you've thrown it and stuff?
Yeah, but they like because with the Joy-Con, you got to go like that, or like, and you can spin it or something. They said, and because the Pokemon now, instead of you don't have to fight Pokemon in the new one to catch them. If it's just a wild Pokemon, you've just got to throw a ball at it. It's more like Pokemon Go.
Okay.
But they said they move, so you got to sort of get your spins right.
Because I remember with Pokemon Go, you can spin it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
You get the curve shot, you get extra points.
And they said that you can also transfer a Pokemon into your Pokeball and take him with you around. And if you shake the Pokeball while you're out, it makes, depending on what Pokemon, like say you've got Pikachu in there, if you shake it, he goes, Pika, Pika.
That's so cool.
And the longer you have that Pokeball, the Pokemon in there with you while you go around and do stuff, the more bonded your characters are in the game.
Yeah, so you could just have like a favourite that you keep with you all the time.
And I think you can also...
So you're going to buy this?
Take the Pokemon out of Pokemon Go and put them in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, or put them in your thing and stuff.
You're going to buy it?
Oh, I don't know. I'll see when it comes out. It looks cool.
You're a big Pokemon Go fan, weren't you?
Yeah, and I like the idea of playing... I like Pokemon on my DS. That's probably the game I played the most recent, like in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But because I just like it's like relaxing. I don't have to stress about people beating me online or whatever. And you sit there, music's like do 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 do.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
and you can just run around the countryside.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And the other Smash Brothers looked really good. I don't know what other Octopath Traveler, which was like a
I've seen that
RPG thing. That looked cool. Good. They had I forget. Oh, the other Mario Aces Tennis even looked good. See, I even got into that. I watched like
it's weird. Hey, like
an hour and a half of them talking about the features. I was like, and by the end of it, I was like, holy fuck, I want Mario Aces Tennis.
Yeah, it's because like even like Mario Golf, you're like, is this going to be a good? And you play like this is pretty fun.
And they're like, and now we got new baby Bowser, and he's fast and he rolls around the court and you can do trick shots. And then Mario Party looked good as well.
Indy will love that.
But I mean, like I was saying to you, I don't know how realistic it is because they've got all these like, when they're like, and now we'll show you the features of the new Mario Party 2, and it cuts to like a pre-recorded like video. Yeah. And it's like these guys that look like models in a pub, and he's like, hey guys, what are you doing? Oh, we're just about to play Mario Party. Here, grab it, join in. And they were laughing like they've never laughed before. And they're like high-fiving and they're like, this is great. And they're like, and I'm like, oh, it's just me sitting alone in my underwear going, blub, blub, blub.
Yeah, well, me and Pete, we were on the train or on the plane a lot, and like we both had Switches.
We'll see if you both go, that's cool.
But we didn't end up playing anything. We'd just be like, oh yeah, he was playing Skyrim and I was playing.
So you didn't even play stuff together, yeah?
Nah, we didn't even think about it.
So the thing that I thought was cool on the Switch with Mario Party was, it's been in all the promotional stuff, but so they got this game that's like top down. Yeah. So you lay the Switch flat, so you're looking at it, and it's like a little tank game. So the tanks drive around, and there's little places they can hide, and you got to shoot the enemy. Yeah. But the thing is, if you have your 2 switches or your 3 switches, you can put them in any configuration you want, and then you run your finger down across them all, and then that's all becomes one.
I heard somebody
thing.
They said, how are you going to work out what position they're in? They're like, the way you do it is you run your finger along it, and it totally gets it. And
it goes...
It's pretty clever. Nintendo are pretty good like that.
Yeah, they are pretty good at tech. Although I don't know if it would work as easy as they look like that.
Very innovative. Like they're like, okay, so Sony and PlayStation have got the exact same control pad. What are we going to do? We're going to give you some weird tablet thing that's got these Joy-Cons on the side that you can take off. And then
I know, because I would have. I don't know, but anyway, it looked cool, and they've got the arcade classics of Donkey Kong now. So for the first time, you can get the arcade accurate port of Donkey Kong and this and Skylanders. They're doing that, and I don't know, looks good.
So apart from Nintendo, what else did you like? Well, the games.
The Last of Us trailer looked really good.
So I kept seeing Last of Us 2 coming this date, and I was like, oh, it must be coming out soon. And then I heard that it was just a trailer that they showed.
Yeah, it was just so I don't even.
I just figured the game was coming out. I thought Red Dead was coming out soon too. Is that
they had a trailer for Red Dead as well? That looked cool.
So have all these games just been pushed? Because I thought they were coming out.
No, I think they just announced, and then the trailers were.
Jeez, they drag this shit out, don't they?
Yeah, I think Last of Us 2 is October this year, and then I think Red Dead might be September, October, and then some of them in January next year.
Both of these games better be good, because both of those first games.
So at the end of The Last of Us, I didn't play, but from what I understood, spoilers for those that still want to finish or whatever. So Ellie has something in her, but then Joe, what's the guy's name? Joseph or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Beard man
says no, you can't have her. Fuck you, and then kills them all. But does he die or something? Because he's not in the trailer for the new one.
Yeah, he dies.
So in the trailer for the new one, she's in a barn dance, and there's all these people. And
because he gets her to like a sanctuary place.
Oh, okay. And then anyway,
but I think it kills him to get her there.
And then there's like,
because he's like getting sick or something.
This girl that's like,
there was the part where they were in like a hospital or something at the end. Yeah.
Anyway, this girl's like dancing with a guy, and Ellie's talking to some guy, and she's like, oh, your ex-girlfriend's over there, and he's like, oh, you don't do it. And then the girl's like, come dance with me, Ellie, and they make out. They totally pash her. And Ellie.
I heard the kissing technology is pretty good in the trailer.
and then it just interspersed with scenes of Ellie putting a rifle butt through people's heads and dragging people and gutting them and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because there was some pretty full-on stuff in that first one. Like there was like a whole like rape part that was coming up, and it was pretty
brutal, confronting
that game. But that story in that game is the best story I've ever played in a video game.
Well, that's what people say. So it'll be interesting to see.
And Red Dead was a great story.
Well, I did play Red Dead and finish it. So with John Marsden.
But he dies, and then his son, and then you become his son. You got to get revenge, don't you? At the very end.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to be any of the Marsdens. This looks like it's sort of right at the end of the Wild West.
I always thought that was a really good way to end the game.
It was, because I remember playing it, going, "Is that the end?
Yeah,
I finished. What the fuck?"
Yeah,
and then it goes 5 years later. Oh no, like it has to be like 20 years later or whatever. And then he's younger Marsden with a different beard. And, and you totally take those bastards out.
It's a fucking good game.
And then would that mean we'll get a new Undead Redemption?
No, I never played much of that.
I thought that was cool too. A cool thing. But see, that's why I like. See, Red Dead Redemption. It might be worth getting a PlayStation for that. Keeping the PlayStation for that. You'd probably get that on Switch. No.
Have you got a 4K TV? You've got a 4K TV, don't you?
Yeah.
So why don't you get the PlayStation Pro or the Xbox?
But I've got a PlayStation already. Why would I buy a Pro?
Well, if you want to watch it in the high definition,
but I don't care about it.
Well, you should if you got 4K. you know how beautiful that thing's going to look.
Yeah, but then I'll never stop having to catch up with everything. Then they're like, oh yeah, but now you need this sound.
What's the Xbox called? That's
Xbox One X or something, or One S or One F or One G or something.
Whatever, you got to buy that.
Yeah, I wonder
if
it'll
come over to your house and I'll play it.
This Starlink Alliance, so where you build the ship on Nintendo Switch you were talking about, it said that it's a universe. So it's like, they said you start off in space, right? And you fly around, and you fly past planets, and you can shoot things and have battles and stuff. But you can fly down into the planets through the atmosphere, and you can run around the planet, and it's like the whole... You can fly all around the planets and go do missions on every planet and stuff like this. Yeah. And it's a whole universe. Yeah. It's like one of the things. But isn't a Nintendo Switch game like this big? How the fuck did they fit everything on that?
They'll be able to do it.
I don't know how it works, because...
Technology.
PlayStation... From what I understand, from what I think from Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff, it's updates every time I fucking turn it on, and it's like a 25 gig update.
They still do updates on the Switch.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So maybe just download stuff.
I'd do an update on the Odyssey so that Luigi could be in it.
Oh, okay.
And he had balloons.
But I just wonder, because it's not a very big memory card, like a little small thing.
But you do download stuff onto the Switch. Yeah. And it does have fairly good capacity. But
for a handheld as well, a whole universe for a handheld, jeez. And it looked pretty good.
Those things taste so bad, those Switch cartridges.
Yeah, well, don't taste. I saw them on YouTube ages ago.
Well, there's Mario Kart for hours sometimes won't work. And Kylie said after I licked it, this is while we were driving in the car too, so I didn't even have a drink, and I was like, oh, this thing tastes so bad. My mouth tastes like arse. And anyway, she's like, you just blow it, you don't have to lick it. She said, is that why Indy licks it? Because she's seen you do it. I was like, maybe. She's probably seen someone on YouTube do it anyway. Yeah,
so I've seen on YouTube like, Nintendo Switch prank, tastes awful, and I have like a girl's face going, ah.
Anyway, there's lots of other good games. There was a Cyberpunk game.
That looked really cool. You sent me the link for that. That's based on a book or something, or a movie or something. Anyway, that looked cool.
And there's is there a skateboarding game like Skate EA?
Oh, maybe I didn't see EA stuff. I saw Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
the trailer for that.
I'm sure there's lots of good games. Isn't Bethesda doing an Elder Scrolls game?
Yeah, one of the letdowns was that they went with this big Command and Conquer. Yeah, basically everyone hates EA. That's what I learned. Everyone's like, "Fuck EA, you fucking pricks."
Yeah, make good games.
Well, according to the stuff I've been watching, they make okay games that are lured to rip you off because they're fucking loot boxes and microtransactions.
You know what they make? What? They make cartridges with little yellow parts in it, and then when you put them in your Mega Drive, it goes. It's in the game.
It's in the game. Yeah, that was when they... See, that's what I think of EA. I just didn't... I watched a few...
It was always sports. It was always NHL. It was always Madden. Like, that was pretty much what... there was the Desert Strike games.
Yeah. See, I watched a few catch-up videos... like just summary videos of E3, but normally I watch movie and TV stuff, so I don't really watch a lot of game stuff, so I'm not too familiar with, like, Smosh I know is a big one, and I watch Smosh, and I know a few of the presenters that do that, because it's owned by the same company as Screen Junkies, so they sort of bleed across, so that's my first one, but I mean, they had a 12-minute, and sometimes I want like a 45-minute best and worst of E3 YouTube video, and I try and pick one that's got good production values. And all of them seem to hate E3. EA, sorry. Yeah, they all seem to hate EA for some reason. They were like, fuck you and your loot boxes are. But anyway, one of the big things were like...
I watched the EA thing. There was some game that they kept talking about.
Command & Conquer?
No, I know Command & Conquer.
They booed that.
I love Command & Conquer.
But they booed it because it's like there was all this hype around it, and they're like, oh, they're bringing Command & Conquer back. It's a mobile game.
That's all right.
It's not going to be all right. It'll be a crappy...
I'd love to play the
mobile game where they're like, spend $10.99 to get command bucks so you can unlock the next level.
Was her name Tanya? Was that her name? Who? The girl in Command & Conquer, and she was like...
Oh, yeah, the Russian girl, something like that. Sonya or Tanya or...
No, Sonya was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Tanya maybe.
Tanya, yeah, she was like...
You'd think that'd be perfect for... It's just a top-down strategy game, like Warcraft.
That's great.
But apparently... They broke that and everyone hates them now, and there's some FIFA thing that they're all booing, and then they brought some people out to...
No, apparently there's some other game that they kept talking about last time, and it's going to be great. I can't remember if it's like a mech game or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Anyway.
Oh, no, see, they were ragging on that as well. I forget what that's called, Destiny or Anthem?
Yeah, Anthem, that's it. So it's the Combat Destiny.
Yeah.
And you said that the Battlefield now has a Fortnite version.
Yeah, they got booed for that.
Yeah, of course they did.
I saw that on lots of the videos. So they were like... Oops. Oh, I just got a message. It was from someone. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Message.
The one time I have my phone on silent, like
I better put mine on silent.
Every hour of every day. The only time I take it off silent is when I'm at the gym, because I've got my earbuds in, so if someone sends me a message, I can hear it through my earbuds. Yeah. And I just forgot to do it when we record.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Anthem. So they were, they didn't like the trailer for Anthem. They were going off about it because they were saying that apparently the trailer was like just a robot flying for like, they kept using the same footage of this robot flying, and they had no gameplay, and then they cut with concept art, and no one really explained what it was, and then at the end they had a little bit of gameplay with him shooting a thing, but you couldn't tell, and then that was the end of it. But then they spent 40 minutes on Command & Conquer versus two players playing Command & Conquer, and everyone's all like, and then it turned out to be a mobile game, and everyone's like, But he's like, the guy was like, we listen to our fans, and we know what you all want.
Is that the guy
and it's
that
coming
was doing
to Battlefield?
Battlefield, I watched it. Yeah, he was nice.
And he's like, Battle Royale, and everyone's like, boo.
Oh, no, this was the guy for Battlefront, because he was...
this is Battlefront, yeah.
The dude for Battlefront, he was like a real nice guy, some European dude. Yeah. He was like, we know we've made mistakes, and we want to make it better.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to give you... prequels into, and so they're going to give you like Grievous and
so maybe it's Battlefield that they did Battle Royale with, and
it is Battlefield, not Battlefront,
and that's on Sony, because they're giving you, if you've got
that's
PlayStation,
not confusing at all that there's Battlefield, Battle Royale, and Battlefront.
So if you on PlayStation Plus now, you get Battlefield 3 as of the announcement on E3, whenever it was 4 days ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. this month for free, so you can download Battlefield. But they're doing that because of the Battle Royale mode, because they're trying to compete with Fortnite.
Yeah.
But the people that play Fortnite are like my nephew who are 8, and presumably the people that play Battlefield are like me, and they don't want to play a fucking Battle Royale. And if they did want to play a Battle Royale, they just play Fortnite or PUBG. And they don't want their Battlefield to be Fortnite.
They're probably just trying to keep relevant.
Yeah, they are. But
because
it's just
you
funny.
got to think, like, for the past 10 years and since Counter-Strike, really, all these Battlefield games, and what's the other ones? Battlefield. There's another one that's pretty much the same game.
Yeah,
I can't think.
Battlefield and Battlefront and
no.
So Battlefront is Battlefield in Star Wars, the same engine, but it's Star Wars, so same company and everything.
Yeah, it's they use the DICE. Is it DICE?
Yeah, the DICE engine. That's right. Yeah. So it's EA.
Yeah. But there's another company that makes
Ghost Recon. That was something they were all talking about a lot.
Yeah, Ghost Recon. Maybe. What's the other one? Division. That's Tom Clancy.
That's Tom Clancy.
But I can't even think what this other game is. Hey, it's pretty obvious. There's people yelling. It's probably saying,
"You idiots! You fucking nerds!
How do you not know what this fucking game is?"
That's the other thing that surprised me. Watching all this E3 coverage was, I spend most of my time reading movies and watching movie shows and TV shows and pop culture shows and stuff, and they get pretty heated. They're like, Batman and Superman's the greatest movie, you fucking idiot.
Your video games is another level.
And then I'm watching video games and I'm like, this makes the movie and pop culture guys seem civil. They're like, I'm going to rape and kill your whole family, just because they changed the costume on this character between games or something.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. That's right.
It doesn't the girl in what's that show, Wreck-It Ralph, she calls it Duty.
Oh, that's right, Call of Duty. They had the trailer for Wreck-It Ralph 2. Did you see that?
No.
They go to the internet and they go to Disney, and like Penelope's talking to all the princesses, and all the princesses are in one room.
Really?
And they're like, are you a Disney princess? Have you got magic hands? That's what Elsa says. And then Rapunzel says, do you have long magic hair? And then she's like, no. And then she says no to all of them. And then what's the other one? Snow White's like, did you get poisoned? And she's like, no. And then at the end, one of them goes, did you save the day but a man just came and took all your glory or something? And she's like, yes. And they're like, you are a princess, hooray!
Yeah.
And
I wonder if that's going to be like the
emoji movie type.
No, the bad guy anonymous meeting that Wreck-It Ralph went to.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, oh, look, they've got all these characters. This is going to be the best movie ever in the trailer. And then you watch it like...
Well, this will be. I think it's going to be Disney. Because, apparently, from what it looks like in the trailer, they go to the internet looking for a part or I don't know if they're trying to order a physical part or if they're looking for a patch to fix Penelope's game.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to go to the internet to do that. And then they go, well, what's the best place to go to on the internet? And they're talking to this, search engine, but he keeps auto-correcting them. So they're like, and he's like, loop. And they're like, looking. And he keeps auto-correcting them. And then everyone's like, and then they go to Disney.com. And that's where they see all the princess and stuff. But, of course, they go there because Disney owns. They can put all their people in it.
Yeah, because that's not Pixar, it's Disney.
Wreck-It Ralph's just Disney. But, I mean, Disney is Pixar, so I'm sure...
No, it's like Frozen. Frozen's not Pixar, it's Disney.
Yeah, so this is coming out under that Disney.
Yeah, Disney.
But how much actual division there are between... I'm sure there are animators that work on Pixar and Disney. They're just different teams. But, yeah, this is coming out under Disney, original. And it's called Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. But like he points out at the end of the trailer, he's like, shouldn't it be Wreck-It Ralph Wrecks the Internet? And then the guy's like, that would be a better title.
Yeah, that would be a better title.
And... Yeah.
I didn't get to go to Disneyland.
Oh, why not? Kylie and them went, didn't they?
Yeah, Kylie and Indy
Where did you guys go?
Nowhere. We just sat around.
Why didn't you go to Disneyland?
I'd already been.
That trip?
Nah.
We went in the past. Oh, it was just too expensive.
No.
You just wanted some break from your daughter.
Yeah, well, we went to Disney Sea 2 days before, so it's pretty much the same thing.
But did you go to Universal Studios?
We went to Universal Studios.
Did you go to Harry Potter Land?
Yeah, Hogsworth. What's Hogsmeade?
Hogwarts.
Yeah, Hogsmeade. But
you went to, yeah.
It's like a city.
Yeah,
Hogsmeade, like a little town.
Yeah.
And then, Hogsworth.
Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley's like the street they go down. Did you drink butterbeer?
Yeah.
And get a wand made for you?
I didn't get I watched some other guy get a wand made for him.
Oh, okay. And what else do they have at Universal Studios? Did they have a giant 3D shark that chomped you and you went, it still looks fake?
No, it was like a real shark.
Yeah, that's right. I think I saw it.
It was pretty cool. And like the lady, she took around, like you go around a little boat, and the lady's got a shotgun, and she's like shooting the shark.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
Pretty cool, hey.
That is cool.
There's
do they have? They have a Universal Transformers.
Yeah, they got Transformers. They got Terminators. They got Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, Spider-Man's. That was a big one at E3 too. That looks cool. That was probably my favourite.
Yeah, that looks really good, doesn't it?
That looks good, yeah. And it looks like they've done an Arkham sort of redesign on all the Spider-Man characters, which I always like.
What about, is there a Spider-Man movie coming out, the Spider-Verse or something?
Yeah, the trailer for that dropped while we were away. That looks really cool. Did you see that trailer?
I did, and it's got Nick Miller.
Yeah.
He's Spider-Man.
Jake Johansson or something. Jake Johnson. I don't know his name. Yeah.
And
Nick Miller from New Girl.
And Miles Morales is the other Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing his voice. I don't know the other voices, but I just recognise Nick Miller's.
And Spider-Gwen's in it too.
Yeah, and he said some joke about Comic-Con.
And I saw another trailer for Teen Titans Go, or Teen Titans
Go to the movies.
Go to the movies. That looked good.
That did look good. That's going to be interesting though, because people hate Teen Titans Go with a passion.
Really?
Oh, probably not indies, probably not young kids. They probably love it. Yeah. I don't mind it, but I hear, from what I read online, if you're a Teen Titans fan, which I'm sort of about slowly, like I am with Star Trek Next Generation, watching the odd episode here and there, and it's good. Teen Titans is good, but I hear if you're a fan of that, you hate Teen Titans Go because it's like overnight, well, not overnight, but between series, they keep the same actors, they change the drawing style from this sort of realistic comic into these little kiddie things, and all of a sudden it's just a straight, flat out, stupid, goofy comedy.
Because I was looking like, they're like, oh, you guys don't get a movie, everyone else gets a movie, blah, blah, blah. And they kept referencing everything. I'm thinking, Cyborg's in Justice League.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, are you guys forgetting this completely, or are they just going to... And, like, I thought it was cool that the bad guy was Deathstroke. Mm-hmm. Is it Deathstroke?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a cool bad guy.
And he's going to be the bad guy in Batman as well. Played by Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, I saw him at the end. He was hanging out with Lex Luthor.
But in the Batman movie, which we're unsure whether... Ben Affleck is going to be... Oh, it's going to happen, but we don't know whether Ben Affleck's going to be in it or not. 1 minute he's in it, next he's not. We're not. But people have just come out recently and said it's going to be a prequel.
And Deathstroke's in it.
And Deathstroke's the villain. And he's being played by Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, I remember they teased, like, about a year ago. It was just, like, a little bit of footage of Deathstroke. And I was like,
well, he was probably the best thing in Batman... in Justice League. Was he in Justice League?
He was barely in it.
Which one was he in? Was he in Justice League? Yeah, at the end.
He was in it for like a second.
Yeah, that's the best character.
The post-credit scene, he's serious. I suppose he was the best. Have you seen season 1 of Arrow?
No.
He was really good in that Deathstroke.
But that wasn't Joe Magneto. That was just someone being Deathstroke. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would...
Because it's all like prequel when Ollie's on the island and hanging out, and this before Deathstrokes.
But Deathstroke is traditionally the Teen Titans villain. I mean, I'm sure he's probably a Batman villain that they took for Teen Titans or something. But he's in... Yeah. He's usually the... Like, Robin's like, oh, I'll get you... Because I think Ra's al Ghul trained Deathstroke and Robin. And so Robin's always like... This is Damian Wayne Robin. He's always like, fuck you, bastard, I'll kill you.
That's cool. I think... that Arrow season 1 was supposed to be a Batman thing
because I think so.
Because a lot of the villains, like Ra's al Ghul, like all this stuff, like that's all Batman.
Yeah.
But I suppose he's got the best rogue gallery, doesn't he? Batman.
Yeah, I think so. Spider-Man's got a pretty good one. Watching that game, did you see?
But that's DC and that's
Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. But they both do have...
Batman's got the best rogue gallery for the DC universe by far.
That Spider-Man ride I was telling you about at Universal.
Yeah.
So, you see pretty much every villain. And, he does have a really good rogues gallery. Hey,
he does, Shocker. Negative Man.
Yeah.
And did you see the trailer for the video clip with Shocker, where he's chasing him around the video game, where he's chasing Shocker around the raft?
No.
So, you can watch it. But anyway, the cool thing, when you watch it, and if you're watching it out there, check out the thing that I thought was really cool, because I watched it on my big TV, and I was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, Shocker.
Shocker's, like, redesigned, so he's got a bit of a sort of... Arkham Asylum-y, realistic-looking costume.
Maybe I did see that.
But his face, and he's got a shaved head, but his face has, like, burn marks in the shape of his mask.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it looks like his sort of electricity mask, but it's just his face is burnt in that shape.
Wasn't there Shocker in the Spider-Man movie?
There's a mech rhino in the game, but it's not Paul Giamatti.
No. In in the Homecoming. Wasn't there Shocker?
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the
of-
Shocker. You're going around calling yourself the Shocker.
Yeah, and then the other dude becomes the Shocker.
Yeah. I wonder if Mysterio is going to be in the new movie.
Because he didn't realise he was going to kill him. He just thought the weapon was going to stun him or something.
Yeah, that's right. He thought he was going to...
He's like, man, you cold.
But didn't they kill him or something?
Yeah, he killed him.
Yeah, so it was not Adrian Coombs or whoever Electro is.
No. What else? What other trailers has there been? Anything useful?
There's been heaps. Into the Spider-Verse looks cool. That looks really cool.
You said the Predator one looks good.
Yeah, only I'm a bit worried that it starts at Halloween because Shane Black does Christmas, baby.
Oh, Shane Black.
Shane Black don't mess with Halloween.
Shane Black's doing this one, is he?
Yeah. So throw that shit in the bin. I mean, it looked like a low-budget, straight-to-DVD Predator movie, but I thought it looked alright. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because I like Shane Black.
Is the Iron Man 3, is that...
Shane Black, yeah.
Yeah, but is that
Christmas? Yeah.
Okay, that's Christmas.
Remember he leaves the kid the lab? He says Merry Christmas or something?
Right. Yeah.
And he leaves him the watch for his sister.
I always remember that everyone says that the Die Hard's, the best Christmas movie. But Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Is that Shane Black? No, I don't know.
Yeah. Shane Black did Lethal Weapon.
But Die Hard's Joel McTiernan, who went to prison for tax evolution or something.
Yeah,
he's a criminal. Get to prison.
Well, okay, so...
He went, I'm going to count to 3.
And there will not be a 4.
What else? What other trailers is there that we can get in? So we saw...
I was just going to say, we've done video games, we've done trailers, we could do movies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was another trailer though that I completely forgot me.
I got the IMDb up and see what's been out.
You do that. Meanwhile, we'll do, because we've gone about 51 minutes. I'll probably do another, say 15, 20 minutes because we've been late, and then we'll try and keep it regular.
Just try and. I was thinking we could talk about Deadpool 2.
Oh, Deadpool 2, yeah, that's a good one. We'll start there while you're looking up what trailers came out recently. Deadpool 2, I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it 2 times more.
Yeah.
And by the third time, I was like convinced that this was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good for straight away. I saw it in the afternoon first, and I wasn't in any hurry. And
I was tired.
Yeah, you were about to go away and stuff. Yeah.
And I was in one of those cool cinemas where you push the button and it reclines all their back, and so you're pretty much laying down. So I think I was asleep for
half of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I like Fire Fist and Domino.
He makes fun of that name, doesn't he? He goes, Fire Fist, so does it go all the way up to your elbows?
Yeah. And I liked Domino.
Yeah, Domino. She's like, try number 7.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not going to be
one number. Oh. And she's like, I really need a bus to get. And then he goes, it's like, yes.
That's, and then the bus just rocks up. She is very lucky.
I thought I didn't think there was enough Domino. I don't really have any problems with it. I thought it was funny. I probably like the first one maybe a little bit better. I don't know. It's hard to tell. They both work fine. It's just different.
I actually think the second one's better.
The second one's bigger. So I think I would watch the second one more often because it seems bigger in my head.
The first one's the Bumblebee trailer is the one that we've missed out.
Oh, yeah, Bumblebee. That looks good.
It's good. I don't know. He's an original VW Beetle. So
yeah, it looks good. Looks like that trailer looks like the best Transformers movie since the 1980s. Just that trailer. It's better than any of the other ones that came before. What I don't get is, so they said the guys that are doing Transformers came out and they said, we're doing Bumblebee and we picked Bumblebee because he's got the most emotions. So because if we picked Optimus Prime, it would just be,
Transformers movie,
and he doesn't have any emotions. He'd be like, "Hello,
yeah,
nice to meet you.
Yeah,
do not take drugs."
Bumblebee's got heart.
Yeah, so they said they wanted to start with him, but next they're going to do an Optimus movie, and then after that they might do other ones. And it's the reboot. So they're rebooting this. So this isn't in the same universe, even though he's got no voice.
It's not the same universe.
So the old Bumblebee in the cartoon had a voice.
Yeah.
And then they took his voice away for the movie.
This is like...
And now he's still not going to have a voice, but this is a new starting. This isn't Bumblebee from the old movie.
This reminds me of the post-credit scene of Deadpool where he goes and kills himself when he didn't have a mouth.
Yeah. That's weird too. And he shoots the guy writing the Green Lantern script or whatever.
No, he shoots him because he's like, welcome to the big times. And then he's like,
And that is funny.
Do you think that all the
But what I don't get is, you would remember this more than me, just quickly on Transformers.
Yeah.
Didn't they end last night with, like, it ended and then they're like, oh, now Planet Eater's going to take over the world. You saw his tentacles, like, coming out Omicron or something?
Unicron.
Unicron, yeah. You saw it at the end. So they were like, because he said our intention was always to, like, the guy that's running it or whatever came out and said our intention was always to finish up with last night and then start a new thing with Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Even before last night came out, that's what we plan on doing. I call BS on that because they had a sequel set ready to go for last night with that Omicron, because it doesn't end like the end of a series.
But they might be able to, if it depends. Who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back to Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 is much better.
It is. I was a bit, if I'm being nitpicky, which I really liked it, but if I'm being nitpicky, I was a bit disappointed with Cable. I think Josh Brolin does a good job as Cable, but I just think he doesn't have much to do. And he was a bit like, it was just a bit underwritten or something. Like he goes, oh, my children, I'm here. I'm going to kill the world. Oh, they're better. I'm staying in with you.
Yeah, I think.
But I laughed. I still think it was good.
He's a plot device, and he's only used when they need him. I was thinking, did you see all the cameos?
Brad Pitt.
Yep, Brad Pitt. That was a blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
The Vanisher.
The guy from, what's his name? The Twitter comedian, Rob Delaney. Is that his name? I don't know. He does a British show that's really good. The name eludes me anyway. But he was Pete.
Who was he? Pete, was he?
Yeah, and so that's his headshot, and that's how he looks like Rob Delaney. He's like he got famous by being a comedian on Twitter by writing Twitter jokes.
What did he call
Catastrophe, I think his show's called.
I'm trying to think what he called him. He's like my something kitten or something.
Yeah, and he's like, where do we get catfished here? Because they have like Rob Delaney's headshot, and then he's like, he looks like an old man.
Yeah, okay, so that's what they're doing there. Because I was wondering, did you think that TJ Miller's role was very underused in this?
Whittled down or something, maybe.
Very whittled down. But he's still got a couple of lines.
Yeah, he was still in a little
when
bit.
When he was talking about shirt cocking it.
Yeah, he's straight shirt cocking it.
He does Basic Instinct in the Australian and the Japanese version.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, his Basic Instinct is to something.
Yeah, he Basic Instincted.
And
there was another cameo, the Rednecks. They were talking about the toilet paper.
Oh, who was that? Matt Damon and Alan Tudyk.
Yep, that was them.
I recognised them. No, I didn't really.
No, I didn't either. Yeah, Pete was like, I was like, did you see the cameo? He's like, Matt Damon or Brad Pitt? I was like, Matt Damon was in this movie.
What about Alan Tudyk?
Oh, well, yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, well, he's Hey. He's pretty much in everything, isn't he?
K2SO.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
And
what's his name? Wash.
Yeah, Wash.
Yeah.
He's a fan, a nerd at cons. They love him.
Of course they would.
Yeah, what do you do with Hey? Is that all you do for Hey?
Why not? You get paid.
Hey's an idiot. Put that rock down, Hey, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, I like the prison wallet.
Yeah, prison wallet. He's like, you don't want that.
I can hear you rustling around in there.
He's like, I can hear. And he's like, I'm just going to sit back and wait for the cancer to do its job.
Yeah, but then he gets stabbed with the pen, and he's like, oh no.
And he's like, hello, super. That was pretty funny. They got a laugh in the cinema where he lands on the table.
Yeah.
And he's like, his like back's broken.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, hello, superpowers.
Yeah.
That got a big laugh in our cinema.
Yeah, he was. Did you like how?
So they beat up on him a lot more like that.
Yeah, and she dies straight away. And then, but does she not die then? Does that all...
Well, this is the thing I wonder. If there's a Deadpool 3, is the after credits scene canon?
Yeah, it'd have to be canon. Yeah.
So maybe she's back.
What's the point of the whole thing? And what was the world tour? So he's going around just killing bad guys. So that was just what he was doing, just going from country to country.
Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah. Killing bad guys, yeah.
He was doing it to Dolly.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
That's right.
5.
Oh, yeah, the strip club. Yeah, I mean...
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was on the pole, wasn't he?
Yeah, so it's Deadpool. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But I was a bit confused by the canon and stuff as well, because I'm like, they seemed... But I guess it's Deadpool. It doesn't matter. It's entertaining. But they seem to have had this whole movie with stakes, and at the end they're like, fuck that, she's back, he's back, they're back.
It's Deadpool. There was actually one
Pete's
point...
back.
Yeah, there was one point where... Yeah, because he didn't let him die. Because it was the guy spitting the acid.
Yeah, that guy's dumb. Violate or something.
Yeah, and the other guy that was better than you or something that...
Oh, yeah, Starscream. I think he's back alive.
Yeah, there's actually a part in the movie.
I'm from the Mojoverse. I never thought they'd talk about Mojoverse on there.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's a part in the movie, sorry.
So he's pissing on the bar, like he's just sitting there drinking and talking about how the song "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" is from Yentl or something like that, and they've ripped it off.
Yeah. Do you want to?
So
Papa, can you hear me?
Yeah. So the movie's weird enough as it is, and then the guy next to him starts telling him what FINE stands for, which is like fucked up, like insecure. I can't remember. But he fucks up the lines, and so Deadpool actually corrects him. He's like, "That's it. You're never getting lines in this movie ever again."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so it's like that part to me was just like they've taken it like as far as you can really go with it. It's like I don't know where else they can go with the Deadpool 3. Hey,
yeah. Well, they're not doing Deadpool 3 at the moment. They're doing the next one's X-Force, and and Marvel might own whatever by then.
They gave him like an entire like team. They gave him X-Force. They gave him Terry Crews. It's like this is like
no, they're dead.
And they just die.
Yeah, they're not the team. The X-Force is going to be Fire Fist, Domino, Cable, Deadpool, Colossus.
That's what I realised by the end of the movie. He ends up with another team.
But I thought it was clever because everyone was saying beforehand, "Oh, it's a family movie," and Ryan Reynolds was like, "Look, I want you to be clear. This is a family film." And I was like, "Fuck off. He's just been an idiot, whatever." No, but it actually is kind of like a family film.
Deadpool tells you at the start that this is a family movie.
And did you see?
Like, well, he's chopping up people with a chainsaw.
And did you see the? I can't remember what song he sung. Maybe it's Papa, Will You Hear Me? Anyway, did you see in South Korea where they had some crazy South Korea talent show thing?
Yeah.
And this guy came out in like a
Deadpool
unicorn mask and stuff, and he was singing this song, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then at the end, he takes the mask off, and it's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that's very cool.
And everyone's like, "Oh, holy shit!"
Yeah.
So he did some good promos for it. It was good.
Did you like where he was a trainee X-Men? And they kept giving him shit. They're like, trainee. And they're like, don't kill. And he's like, at the end, he's like, fuck this. And he kills everyone. Yeah, he takes up the thing. He's just like, fuck this.
And Colossus starts swearing even at the end.
Yeah, well, he says to him, just say it, just say fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck. He's like, you're going to hell.
And now Colossus is part of X-Force because he didn't go back with Negasonic.
Do you like how he was like, there's nobody ever fucking in this fucking mansion?
So why does Colossus like Wade so much?
I don't know.
Because he's like always looking out for Wade, and he's like, "You're my friend."
Yeah, we're friends. But he helped.
But Wade's never very nice to him.
Yeah, well, they don't really. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Colossus is just a nice guy. Maybe he likes the way he grabs his ass.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't fuck Elvis," and she's like, "Don't fuck Colossus." He's like, "Wait."
And he's like, "Wait." And then she's like, I thought that was a good line, although a bit cheap. But I thought it was funny where he's like, "All right, off you go with the big CGI battle," or whatever, between Colossus and Juggernaut. Juggernaut was probably the best Juggernaut I've seen in movies. Better than Vinnie Jones.
It was Ryan Reynolds doing Juggernaut.
Oh, the voice, was it?
Yeah.
He was better than Vinnie Jones.
Cast, yeah, he was better than
I'm Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, that was Ellen Page, wasn't it? That he was chasing Shadowcat.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I blocked that all out of my memory.
You don't like that movie?
No. That's rubbish. What is it? Origins?
No, it's the third one.
Oh, X3, that's why. Yeah. That's probably the one. I've seen Origins more than I've seen X3.
Yeah. So are we going to agree Deadpool 2 is good?
Yep, it gets a thumbs up, worth watching. I think it's Deadpool.
Thumbs up in your prison wallet?
Yep, in my prison wallet. I think the good thing about Deadpool, and the thing it's going to benefit from, is it's now sort of finished at the cinema, so unless you find an old screening, you're probably not going to see it at the cinema, and it's definitely worth watching on Netflix or DVD or whatever, because that's probably, you get some friends around, watch that, talk all the way through it, laugh at all the stupid shit. So I think it's definitely suited for a home thing. It was good in the cinema, but
I got to see it in 4D.
You did.
4D is pretty cool.
I wish they had fart smells though.
I didn't smell no fart.
When he was going through his prison wallet, they should have put like shit smell in there.
The best part was when they were doing the skydiving. That was pretty rad.
Yeah, you said they'll have like
it was rad. It was rad.
That would be cool.
So yeah, it's people love the Deadpool movie, the first one.
Well, this one did well, and the first one did well, and critically, the critics seem to say, well, I don't like it as much as the first one, but I don't like many things as much as the first Deadpool, and this is a good movie.
Maybe I should watch the first one just to get some reference.
You see, it's hard because the first one was such a revolutionary thing, so that's caught up and it's a bit like
Yeah, because like it was like, okay, we've done an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
I want to actually, rather than watch the Deadpool movie, I want to watch the trailers leading up to Deadpool 2 because there were some weird ones in there.
There were,
like,
yeah.
where he's like getting changed in the phone booth.
Oh, that's right.
And where he had the metal detector looking for Wolverine in the forest.
Who was the cameo? Oh, Brad Pitt. What other cameos did they have?
I think that's pretty much the main ones. There was all the X-Men in the mansion.
Oh, yep. Yeah, where they like slid the door shut.
Yeah, so you got... Yeah.
And they're like... He's like, seriously, is it just you guys? Wherever.
Quicksilver had a Nirvana shirt, and it's the one with the smiley face.
And was it...
That's nice.
I heard someone say that it was... what's his name? Frasier?
Kelsey Grammer.
As Beast?
Nah, it's Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was like, why would Kelsey Grammer
be
be
there? I
there?
heard someone say Kelsey Grammer too, and I was like... That's not Kelsey Grammer, that's Nicholas Hoult. Why would all the other first class be there?
And then they just got Beast.
It's fucking stupid.
I liked Yukio.
Yeah, Yukio was the best part of the movie.
Hi, Yukio. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade. And he does this thing, like it's like a butterfly thing.
He's like, I like her. And she's like, because she's trying to be all the teenage thing. It's my girlfriend, actually, if you didn't know, you judgmental bass. And he's like, oh, I like her.
I like where they fixed Cable's machine and gave it to him.
Yeah.
And she's like, that was probably a bad idea. And then Negasonic like,
and what's
what
the song they
doing?
play? I'm gonna fuck you or something. I don't know what it is.
No, it's it wasn't.
They should play Back in Time from Back to the Future.
Back in Time. It's Cher. If I could turn back time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's what they played. He's like, we're definitely naming the baby Cher. no, it wasn't Cher. It was Todd. Was it? No,
Yeah.
He was going to name it Todd, but I think they were going to name it Cher after he used that song to fix everything.
Did you see?
There was some good. There was they used the song from Annie.
Oh, they did. Yeah. Hard Knock Life or something.
No.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, the sun will come out tomorrow.
And they had, which was bizarre for a Deadpool film. I can't remember the last one. Maybe there's probably one after Titanic, but they had an original Celine Dion. Well, they wrote it, but Celine Dion doing the song for Deadpool.
Was that at the start?
With the clip. That's the song at the start. And they even have a clip with Deadpool and Celine Dion.
The James Bond inspired opening sequence.
Yeah.
I love
it's called Ashes and Dust or something, the song.
Yeah, I was listening to the soundtrack the other day. It's actually pretty good.
And Deadpool... so for a start, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, and so Celine Dion. But he said they had the song written, and like the studio was like, well, here's some people that can sing it.
Yeah.
You know, pick your favorite. And he's like, wonder if we could get Celine Dion. And they're like, you're not going to get Celine Dion. And then she's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he's like, oh, can you do a clip too? And she's like, yeah, sure.
I got to watch that clip.
And so it's a funny clip. But that song is... But I just...
it's actually a good song.
But yeah, it's a good song. Yeah. And you watch the clip. But recently, Kanye tweeted out, like in the last day or so, or the last few days, he tweeted out, I watched Deadpool 2, loved it, so he must have seen... He only just caught it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I loved it, brilliant movie. And he's like, but... the music sounds like they're ripping me off. He's like, it sounds like they wanted to get my music, but they didn't think I'd say yes. Just hit me up, bro. You don't need to pay poor imitations to copy my music. I would have given you me for free. Next time, hit me up. And Ryan Reynolds trolled him. He tweeted back, okay, I'll pass this on to Celine. Because it's the Celine Dion's, and they're not biting Kanye West's stuff. It's just Celine Dion.
There was one. There's like a Deadpool rap or something.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's at the end. No. There's actually like a part that looks like operatic singing, but it's like, holy shit balls. I don't know.
I'll have to watch again.
On that opening James Bond thing. I love all the what the fuck, like instead of having like this is done by Warner Brothers, it's the director's like directed by
Infinite Sadness or something.
No, it was one of the guys that killed John Wick's dog or something.
Yeah. They're like going, what the fuck's going on? Because he's all sad.
Yeah, why the fuck did you just kill her are you really serious? You just killed her in the first scene? Like,
so he's pretty invincible. I know in the comics...
well, he can't die.
I know in the comics he got blown up and all they had was his hand once. And so they were burying his hand, but he grew back from his hand.
Yeah.
And... in this one, he got ripped in half, spoilers.
Yeah.
By Juggernaut. Yeah. And he grows back, his legs. And he also blew himself up, and Colossus just seemed to shove all his body parts into a duffel bag.
And then he dressed him.
And then he grew back, yeah.
And he didn't want to be touched. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
And I liked how...
So I thought that was good.
And he was talking about how Wolverine got a death scene, so he wanted to have a death scene. So he killed himself. Well, no, Cable killed him.
Yeah, that's right.
and he was like, but he dragged it out. He's like, it's
not time. It's getting dark.
It's getting close.
Oh, not there yet. Boy, this is taking a long time.
And then he said some random words. There was like 3 random words he said, like
banana penis something.
Yeah,
was it something like that?
There was just some weird things. It was great.
And last, before we go, what about? Wait, I don't know. What was that? That sounded like Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, that's
Solo.
Harrison.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't even in this. I wish he was at the beginning. This reminds me, and it went doodle doodle doodle.
Yeah. No, what you should have had is 5 minutes of the other guy, and then have a Harrison movie.
Why?
Because that's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
It is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the snakes at the beginning.
Phoenix.
This belongs in a museum. I'll have to do the Kessel Run.
I think this guy was a good Han Solo.
Yeah, I didn't hate him as Han Solo. So Solo's out still now. You can go and see it. It didn't make very much money. 330 million.
Doesn't
cost
matter.
330 million.
Doesn't matter. It's a good movie.
Is it though?
It is a good movie.
Where I stand, I know you like it. Yeah. Where I stand is I think it's a reasonably decent space heist movie, but I think it's a very bad Han Solo movie. Yeah. It's a terrible Star Wars movie, but it's a great space heist movie. Well, not great. It's a fairly good, well-made, well-acted space heist movie.
A movie about Han Solo and Chewbacca just hanging out in the cantina for 2 hours, and I'd be happy with it.
Well, I wish they would have done that, because that wouldn't have fucking ruined the 6-7 other movies that they did.
Doesn't ruin it for me. I know that you got issues, but I like it.
But it does, well, I don't know why they didn't. If I was going to do the Han Solo, how I would have fixed it or something. For a start, I probably wouldn't have rushed to do a Han Solo movie. Like, one of the most loved characters, like, quick, let's make it. No, fuck it. Make the Empire, give him his name, whatever. Like, I would have done Solo when I was right to do it. Although Lauren Kasdan said the script he had written for years, and it was his favourite script ever, and everyone was going on about it. But
a lot of people didn't like how
he got his name. That's dumb.
How they put that in, but they got to do it somehow.
Well, we could have just been Han Solo. Could have been his name. Why did he have to get his name? Luke Skywalker. No one went. Whoa! Did you see that guy fly? He's a real Skywalker. And then Luke
his name was supposed to be Star Killer.
Yeah, but no one went like, did you see that Anakin guy pod race? He can really walk on sky. He's the best Skywalker ever. And then Anakin went,
Nobody has ever been called Skywalker, but this is Star Wars, you know. They had to have cool names.
If anyone, Anakin has more of a right not to have a name because he doesn't have a dad. Han had a dad and a mum. He should have a name.
Yeah, I don't like that whole immaculate conception thing. I think she's full of shit. Like,
midichlorian. Yeah, you think that she's a bit of a slut sleeping around old Chi or whatever her name was.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like Mary.
Yeah,
a little bit.
She's like, I don't know. Yeah. So I thought the name was. So first off,
I magically became pregnant.
To start it, where I would say that
the midichlorians willed it.
Han Solo is a good movie. Apart from all the Star Wars stuff, it's decent. I don't have major problems. There's a few little plot problems and stuff that I'll be like, that's a bit boring or whatever.
The Kessel
Run. I thought it's but see, that's the Star Wars problem more than anything else. If this was just a space movie, and they had to get like this thing and that happened, that would be fine.
Yeah,
but I had these expectations that the Kessel Run was like a race and that.
Did you like they put the nerfs in there?
No,
you didn't like the nerfs.
I didn't remember them saying because he calls him a nerf herder.
Yeah.
But where are the nerfs? I don't remember it.
So I think it's when they're in the snow after they try and rob that train thing.
Yeah, and he drops the thing.
And then they're going to catch up with Vision.
Yeah.
And there's nerfs.
Is that why? But Princess Leia doesn't know that, so why does she call him a nerf herder? Why do they put that there?
I don't know.
Princess Leia doesn't know that he was at that snow thing.
Yeah, but it's just showing your nerfs.
Yeah, I know, but it's dumb. Because they're like, he got called a nerf herder. We better put that in the film.
They got to do that. This is fan service.
I don't know. It's dumb.
It's like when you're watching Rogue One.
Yeah, but Rogue One I thought was done well.
I
really like
Rogue One. You see those two guys from the cantina, the ones that are
that's dumb as well. So they're on that planet and they just happen to run into these guys, and then later they're on the other planet and they just happen to run these guys.
Yeah, it's like in the prequels how you got C-3PO getting made by Anakin.
Anakin, that's dumb as well. They're all dumb. All those things are dumb.
And then you got R2-D2.
And they're not for the fans. The fans didn't go and watch Solo.
I did.
And if they made Solo for the fans, they should have done a better job, because to me, they made Solo for the non-fans to try and get, because to me, I think they went, oh, fuck, no one in China goes and sees our movie, and that's the biggest market in the world. So we need to introduce these characters. So that's what, but... the other, I did like Woody Harrelson. I thought Paul Bettany was pretty good. I thought Khaleesi was pretty good. I thought the action bits were cool.
What about Donald Glover?
Well, I liked him. I didn't hate him, but he wasn't in it as much as I thought he would be. Like I was telling you, there's a big portion at the end where there's this big end set piece, and Donald Glover literally says at some point, "I'm just going to wait in the ship." Yeah,
that's my favourite part of that movie, because he's like, right, we've got 30 trained dudes down that ship. They're going to come up here and they're going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
And then the ship takes off.
No, that's right. And then it takes off and gets... See, that was a Han Solo thing to do. Yeah. And then another thing, they put fucking nerfs in. Yeah. But you know what Han Solo didn't say anywhere in this whole movie?
What?
He didn't go, "It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault."
Yeah, I know.
That's the one thing Han Solo says. And he didn't say it at all.
What about the thermal detonator that was a rock?
Yeah. But see, like...
That was good.
When they were doing the Kessel Run and it falls and they start to get sucked in, I couldn't say Han Solo and go, "It's not my fault."
He should have said
it's not my fault. And look, because that's what Han says, and he didn't say it. And the other thing, see, the thing I would have liked it. I don't know how they would. They probably would have been better served if they did Han Solo as a cartoon, like Rebels. If they did the Adventures of Han Solo, because then you don't affect the movies, because 99.9% of the people don't watch those cartoons except the diehard fans. The diehard fans get their Han Solo, get used to a new, different Han Solo. They can have 6 seasons of it, have all these great adventures of this character, sell toys, sell, Lando toys, sell all this stuff, and it doesn't really affect the canon for people that don't watch that cartoon, and your Han Solo is still the same. But if you take a deep dive on the cartoon, you get this little extra flavour. So it's a bit like they probably could have done that.
Yeah, I know that you're saying that they're, saying no more, we're not doing any
more. Oh, that came out on Screen Realm today, yeah.
But, like, let's say, just for instance, they do make a sequel to this.
Yeah.
Which they have left it open for.
Definitely.
With the Darth Maul
Well, they
stuff.
wouldn't do a sequel. They might. Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could happen.
Yeah.
Who's to say you couldn't get a trilogy of Han Solo movies?
Well, you could, but they're probably not going to do that now because it didn't make fuck all money. Unless the toys are selling like hotcakes or something, and we don't know. Something behind the scenes. Everyone said, they're not making another Cars movie. That was shit, Cars 2. They made Cars 3.
They made 3 of them.
So, you never know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And, like, it's like, I didn't really like Batman Begins.
Yep. Hey, what? Batman Begins is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made.
Well, that's debatable. I think...
No, it's objectively the truth.
I think that The Dark Knight's a much better movie.
The Dark Knight's better.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
And I think that all of the Christopher Nolan movies are quite average, and that the Heath Ledger performance is what makes it...
Oh, you're ridiculous. Batman Begins is one of the greatest movies outside of superhero movies. Well, Dark Knight Rises is like...
I'm not talking about...
one of the best ones.
I'm not talking about critically acclaimed, because I can understand how the critics would like that movie, but I'm talking about movies that I like, and I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, but you like Suicide Squad.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I prefer Suicide Squad to watch Batman Begins.
Yeah, but that's because you rotted your brain with video games, and all a movie takes to be good is to have writing as good as the cutscene in a video game. Which Suicide Squad, if it was a cutscene in a video game, yeah, great.
Yeah,
it's that quality, but it's not good.
That would be good. I would like that. But I'm just saying that the performance that Heath Ledger puts in is what makes that exceptional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so...
Oh, yeah. No, not only. Gary Oldman's good as Commissioner Gordon.
Well, Gary Oldman's good as everything.
Yeah, he's good as Commissioner Gordon. Maggie Gyllenhaal's not bad as the damsel in distress that they chuck into every movie. She's better than Katie Holmes.
So what I'm saying is...
Aaron Eckhart's good Toothface.
Let's say possibly in the second of the trilogy of these Han Solo movies that aren't going to happen, but I'd like it to happen, that there is a character, and this character... He could be a villain, like the Darth Maul character.
Yep.
Lifts this to be an exceptional movie.
Yeah, for the second one. Yeah. Well, the second one could be an exceptional even if they don't have that. There's no reason why they can't make a sequel to Solo good. I mean, they could, but it's just they should have just not effed this one up so badly.
Yeah, I got no troubles with it. I didn't see any problems with it, really. Did you like how they introduced Chewbacca?
not at first, but I don't hate it. I mean, I don't care really.
Do you like Chewbacca?
Yes.
In
the movie, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was good in the movie.
You like Chewbacca, everyone likes.
A little quirky things. I was like, does that mean he ate those other people? I don't like the idea of Chewbacca killing and eating people.
They did say.
Yeah.
He's taken a long time to kill him.
But then I sort of they get into the movies off and you're on the adventure by then. But over the time I was like, and why is this vicious guy that pulled people's arms out and stuff like that that's with Han?
Yeah. Did you like?
He seems to turn very quickly just because Han goes, "Rrr," and he goes, "Oh, you're my friend." Like, why wouldn't he kill Han? Or
and
why
how come
wouldn't
Han never speaks Wookiee
again?
Ever again?
And how come Chewie understands him when he speaks English, but didn't understand all those other humans that speak English?
Yeah.
And there's lots of questions. But
this is you're opening up a can of worms.
And then I thought, I did initially think, oh, that's a bit rough.
Did you like
Chewbacca got killed, but then I forgot about it and I thought Chewbacca was fine.
Did you like how he ripped the guy's arms off?
Yes, I thought that was a good callback.
What about how he was playing the chess with Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever. I thought that was fine. I would expect all that in a Han Solo movie.
Yeah, that's
the things that bothered me was they should have made the dice from the game of BAACK.
Yeah,
because just since I've been a kid with Star Wars and seeing those dice, I always assumed that they were from the BAACK game, and he got them made gold and hung them over the Millennium Falcon because he won the Millennium Falcon with them, and he's like, "These are my good luck charm. I won," but he just had them at the beginning, and BAACK doesn't even have dice.
No, it doesn't. It's got cards.
I didn't like that they made Lando cheat because I thought the thing, and then there's a few things. See, if I had done that movie, there's a few things I would have done differently. I would have maybe at the end had Han Solo betray everyone and just take off with the things and be like, "Fuck you, Khaleesi," and not come back
and
just go and sell them.
But you know the one thing they did get right.
What?
He shot first.
Yeah, he did shoot first,
and
they spent decades trying to change that. Now they're like, "Yeah, he shot first."
Yeah, well, George isn't involved, so he can.
Yeah,
that's the thing, and that retcons all that shit that George did because Han shot first.
That's right, and Han did shoot first. But then they made it right there. But then they fucked it again by making him a hero because Han's not a hero.
Han's a hero.
No, Han's that smirk that it's hard to do on radio and stuff. That he does his face. It's hard to do on radio. Where he's like,
yeah,
and he's like, "I'm sorry, Your Highness."
Yeah.
And he just wants the money and stuff. Like, I would have preferred if Han took the stuff they got from the Kessel Run once it had been refined and fucked off and stole the ship and left Lando and them on this planet.
Han's always a hero.
He is literally a hero at the end.
Yeah.
But he's a rogue and thing. And even in Force Awakens, he says, I got lost. I got depressed when Ben. So he's stealing and smuggling and throwing people into raptor mouths and lying to other people. But he doesn't do that in Solo. In Solo, he's trying to be a hero.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He can't help but be a hero.
But then that negates... Yeah, but then that negates the other movies because...
I think that he tries... Like, he is a scoundrel. That's like...
But he's not a scoundrel in Solo. He's a hero.
Oh, he's still a scoundrel.
Where? What does he do What does he do that is unheroic in Solo?
Well,
where does he double-cross someone?
Didn't he fuck up and get the people killed in the... on the train?
Did he? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He went up to the thing to try and fly it.
He tried.
Yeah. And I also find a big character... Because to me, the character of Han Solo at that time in his life...
Yeah.
Would have let those people die instead of dropping the loot.
Yeah.
But it's his idea to drop the loot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he dropped the loot, yeah.
Whereas I would be like, no, fuck that, we're keeping the money.
No, he always drops the loot. That's why Jabba's after him, because he dumped the loot.
Yeah, because they got boarded though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did it to save people's lives. I don't know.
I think it did. Yeah, it's tricky because you can't just be like, okay, so this is how he was for the, I don't know, let's say it was a couple of days in A New Hope, because everything else after A New Hope, he's pretty much a hero after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a hero after New Hope. When he comes back, and once he gets his medal, he's fairly...
Yeah, because
he's sarcastic and stuff, but he's still a hero.
Empire, he's a hero. Even in... and when he's on Endor, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I get what you're saying.
They even call him General Solo, I think, on Endor or in Hoth and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just because... See, George Lucas was using, this is everyone knows is, Joseph Campbell's
Yeah.
archetype characters
Yeah.
from the Heroes and Thousand Faces, and you have your epic stories, and he's the rogue and the scoundrel, and so the job of him is he'll go and write so it's a bit like Benicio del Toro in
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That's to me, what would have saved Han Solo is if he betrayed Khaleesi, fucked over Lando.
But Khaleesi betrayed him.
I know, but that's the thing. And Han doesn't get played. He should be the one getting played.
That's the thing, but he's getting played.
That's what I mean. And
but maybe this is lessons that he's learned.
Yeah, well, that's true. And you don't know what happens and stuff. And they could... It just seems to me that...
I totally get what you're saying. Because
they should make him a scoundrel. It would how much, like...
That's the problem with going back and doing these prequels, because you're messing with...
what people think.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're also trying to cram
it's like
answers to questions.
It's like where you hear something, like you hear like a word or, about something, and so you've put like all this stuff behind it, because like you're like, okay, this is... I don't have any backstory, so I'm going to make my own backstory. Like when you hear the Kessel Run, you're thinking of all this stuff.
Like a race or something, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And because they never actually...
said it.
Star Wars is pretty good.
The good thing is, like the perfect example of that is those dice.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I thought that was from that Sabak game. He hung it there because he's like, well, this is a reminder that I won this ship.
It's like when she says nerf herder, you know? Like that Star Wars does this all the time. They're like, okay, we'll give you a snippet of something, and then it's up to you to make it up. And then... they get comic books, they get prequel movies, and then it's
because
they're ruining your preconceived ideas.
Because if this Solo was the Solo that New Hope, and they were done in chronological order, then they should have a scene of Han with a locket with Khaleesi's face in it, and then Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "No, get out of my room! Shut up!"
And because, like, let's say there was a whole bunch of canon for this. All that got, when Disney bought it, all that got retconned.
They got
and they're like,
slate clean, except for the movies.
Yeah, and they're like, now we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Now we can do whatever we want, yeah.
And so, like, we've had, like, 20 years, 30 years to, like...
think about Han, yeah.
Yeah, and to have ideas put into our head about Han.
And then we also, just in Force Awakens, we got a good Han.
Yeah, Han was
Everyone
good.
was worried about, but Han was good in Force Awakens. That was a good Han.
I think Harrison Ford, that
seemed like, that's not how the Force works, and all that stuff.
I loved how he got the gun and the boa.
Yeah.
He was just like,
it's like, ooh, see, that was good.
Yeah.
But I just thought some of the answers. I mean, that's what I mean. I think as a movie by itself, this is a pretty good.
It was always going to have
movie,
problems, but because it had
fitting in those jigsaw pieces.
You had
so many questions.
Well, you had the other two make the movie, and then they had to shit can that entire film.
Yeah, and then they had to start again with Ron Howard. Yeah,
and then they would have had deadlines,
and they spent more money, and there's lots of reasons why. But well, think about it. If they had to reshoot the whole movie, that's. If the movie had just been done first go, then all that time they spent reshooting would have been done perfecting the movie, and then we would have got that.
Yeah, like it's not perfect. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But for Han Solo prequel movie, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shame as well because this is the first Star Wars movie we've got that's come out 6 months after another Star Wars movie.
It's strange.
And this one just sort of had this feel around it of like, it's not important. Whereas to me, Star Wars...
Rogue One was going to do the same. Rogue One was going to come out this
time.
But then
they moved it to December.
They pushed it to the end of the year, and then they pushed Last Jedi again.
Yeah. So this was just... And this maybe that's adding to it all, but this was the first Star Wars one where it wasn't like... This is Star Wars. It just seemed like, Solo's out.
I know Rogue One was pretty much a Death Star prequel movie, but it's still that's not a person. That's a thing, and it's got like a whole
and they killed all the characters in Rogue One.
Yes.
So you're like, well, why don't they ever? Jyn Erso never comes back. Well, she's fucking dead.
Everyone dies.
K2SO's dead. They're all dead.
Yeah, they really did a good job with that one, and it leads right into A New Hope. And
it does literally right into New Hope. Yeah,
and I think Rogue One's a good movie. And Rogue One's probably a better movie than Han Solo.
It's definitely deeper. Yeah,
yeah, but. So this is the first.
But they're different types of movies. See, Han Solo is like a fun.
And maybe this is a lesson for Disney.
I think it is. Yeah.
To be like, we don't need prequel movies about characters. We don't need to know.
Well, that's true.
We really don't need to know what Boba Fett was before he was Boba Fett because.
Yeah. They should go forward. I think. And they should make new characters.
Right. We'll just do something different.
Well, they should make new characters because if they make Zip Zor Blob, who was a Jedi who got his hand cut off and now he's a rogue. then no one's got an attachment to him because he doesn't fucking exist. So the new generation can be like, oh, we love this character, and the old generation isn't like, you fucked this up. Like,
it's hard because I'm in the... Is Indy there? Or?
No.
I was in the opinion of give me as much Star Wars as you can, and I'll never say I don't want it. But
whether or not they might just take a break. I think once a year, or having a year's break is the minimum they should do. I think 6 months is too little.
I think it's hard to say. You know, like where do you end it?
Yeah,
and then like.
Well, they're finishing the Skywalker trilogy next year.
That's what I'm saying. But like after that, what happens after that?
We're meant to have Benioff and Weiss from Game of Thrones doing some series. We're meant to have
but these are different series, and
Lord and Miller doing a series. We're meant to have
I know there's lots of things happening, but do I want to know? Like,
are we getting a Rey series? Is Finn and Rey and all those people, are they gone from Star Wars?
I always thought that was the beauty of Star Wars. You got 3 movies in the late 70s and the 80s, and that's all you got
until
like I finished high school, and then you got the prequels, and then they're like, we're getting more Star Wars, and like, yes, then we got more Star Wars. We're like, no, this is shit. give me the old Star Wars.
First we're like, yes, and then we're like, no.
But I heard Kevin Smith say something about it on a podcast the other day, and he's like, you're wanting to have something that you got when you were, a child.
And this isn't for us. Yeah.
And so now you're a middle-aged man. You're not going to get the same.
So it's how Indy or Hayden or any of them will feel about Solo is really all that matters.
Because like Tyler loves prequels, right? Yeah. And the way that I feel about the original...
He's wrong.
Well, it's just that's his generation. He's wrong. But it's his generation.
No, they're wrong. I get what you mean. Yeah,
but I know, like I'm the same. I'm like this shit, but to him, that's right. His Star Wars,
of course. And they have the effects that he grew up with and stuff.
And Indy's going to have the same with this,
with Solo and all these. Yeah,
well, probably not Solo. Probably more Force Awakens and Last Jedi and stuff with Rey.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Indy's not going to remember Solo coming out. No. And all that stuff. Solo's just going to be a movie that exists for her and it's part of Star Wars. Yeah. And she might go, well, it's not my favourite, but it's just. That's going to be a weird thing for them.
Maybe it'd be like a Caravan of Courage or a
it's just going to be
holiday special.
But see, the other thing about Solo, I thought, and we'll finish there's a good little story to finish up that I'll tell you quickly, but I'll tell you this Star Wars fan first. See, I thought Firefly or Serenity, whichever the movie is a better
Serenity's a movie, Firefly's the series.
So Serenity with Captain Malcolm Reynolds, that's a better Han Solo movie than this. He's a good in the war, he's in this war that they lose, and then he never really lets go, and he becomes a smuggler. He's good in the war, whereas Han Solo's a useless soldier. And to me, Han Solo should be a good soldier. Han Solo's resourceful. He's sort of good with a blaster. He's quick draw. He's self-present. I would have liked him to be a good soldier, and I did like where he was kind of like.
Do you think it's more
why? But why? And the guy's like, shut up, Solo, or whatever.
Do you think it's more that Malcolm believed in what he was fighting for?
Well, that's part of it, and he was really fighting for the Empire. But I still think Han could have been a bit more handy as a soldier.
That was really short, the amount of time that they showed him being in the Empire.
And you can tell that they only really shoved that in because people know part of Solo's lore that he was in the Empire. So there was that I thought. I just think Malcolm Reynolds is a better Han Solo, early Han Solo than Han Solo, and he does better things. But he's got a movie and a series to go behind him.
And I think that the Firefly and the Serenity, they do keep the same tone through Malcolm Reynolds. And it's the same actor.
Yeah. And it is obviously aimed at... He's a smuggler. It's obviously based around Han Solo.
Yeah.
But it's just cooler stuff that I picture Han Solo doing. There's a bit where he has the guy tied up and he's like, I need you to take a message. He's like, you're all going to die. And so Malcolm just shoots him in the head and kicks him into the jet engine. Yeah. And then he goes, I need you to take a message. And he's like, yes, no problem. Yeah. And to me, that would be a really Han Solo
That's the thing. That's the
thing to do.
That's the best thing about Han Solo. He shoots first. That's the type of thing. Yeah.
Because I look at Han Solo as someone who's a survivor, I guess, first. And he's going to survive first. And then he learns that maybe his survival isn't as important as looking after other people.
I always liked the relationship between Luke and Han in the New Hope, because the way that Luke's just sort of like gung-ho, like I've got to do the right thing, I'm going to save the princess, rah rah rah,
and Han's
Luke's is like, Yeah, she's alright. I'm going to work out a way to smuggle my way into this lady's heart.
And that's also the other thing that annoys me that I thought they got wrong with Solo. This is the last bit on Solo, was there's a line that Solo says to Luke, I think, where he goes, I've been all over this galaxy and there ain't nothing that makes me believe in Hokie religion. Yeah. He was in a room with fucking Paul Bettany. He saw Paul Bettany with a lightsaber and he saw his face go like this and he saw...
Was it a lightsaber?
Well, he had lightsaber parts on it, and he saw that.
He didn't see
Darth Maul. No, he didn't. But that's for that movie. Who knows what another movie?
That's the thing. They've got to be real careful about what they do. Like, whoever's in control of all this has to be
Kathleen
like...
Kennedy. Well, she might be stepping away,
has to be looking at all this stuff like, we can't have him say this, and we can't have him be here because he said this in this movie. And
they already fucked it with the prequels where... Because in Return of the Jedi, Leia says... You know, when they know their brother and sister, she's like, I remember Mum's face sometimes. Yeah. The way she used to smile. Blah, blah. Well, she was fucking born and her mum died. She never saw her mum's face. The robot took her out of the room and went, she died of a broken heart.
Maybe in Star Wars.
No, there's no maybe.
You can remember.
She didn't see anything. And she's like, the way she smiled, the sound of her voice or something. She says like something like that. And she never saw her. She got taken by the robot.
Yeah.
And given to Bail Organa.
Yeah, I remember.
So... Yeah, anyway, the funny little story to end on now, because we've got an hour and a half. This is extra content for you guys because we hadn't done it for so long. The funny story was AT&T have bought Time Warner.
Yeah.
So that's all gone through.
Yeah.
And so as soon as the sale had gone through, or very soon after, someone tweeted at AT&T and said, AT&T, there's millions of people that want to see the Snyder Cut. Now you own Time Warner. Release the fucking Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
And then... AT&T, but they tweeted it at AT&T customer care, and then AT&T customer care just has this automated thing that was like, thank you for your concerns, we will contact regarding Snyder Cut soon, have a nice day, bye, or something, because this is an automated response. But fuck, they're idiots. They want those DC fanboys. They're like,
it's
Snyder.
It's like anything,
but they didn't even make a Snyder Cut, so what the fuck do they want?
People want to get the who did the Fantastic Four, Josh Trank.
Yeah.
People want the Josh Trank movie.
But he did a cut. Snyder didn't do a cut.
Snyder never did a cut?
No. He said he did an assembly, which is basically you take all the footage you shot, pre-special effects, and you put it in order so that you can watch it and go, oh, well, we can take this bit out and we can put this bit here. He did that, but he never did a cut. And it didn't get special effects.
No one wants to say that.
And they're not going to spend, $21 million to edit and put the special effects into a movie that's already released and didn't do very well.
No.
Snyder fanboys. They're going to come after me, though. They're going to dox me. So be careful.
Did you get some interview with Jez? Was that
right? So I'll have to put that up separately. It sounds good.
Yep.
I just have to edit. Jez went to Supernova because we couldn't go. And I talked to him about Phantom and stuff. So
I wish I could have went to Supernova.
We'll go to Brisbane. Ooh. It's November. Plenty of time.
But Oliver Queen was there.
Oliver, he was. And so was Jason Momoa.
And no, it was Danny Rand and Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck Norris was there. Yeah, Jeremy said he saw Chuck Norris. Yeah.
He saw Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
So that is rad.
And Summer from Serenity.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Summer Glau.
Yeah,
I saw her on a train once.
Yeah.
Me and my nerdy friends were travelling across country and I saw her on a train and I was like... I'm trying to pick her up, and then my Indian friend was like, no, I try and pick her up. And I went, shut up, Kuthapalli, you fucking nerd.
He was doing pretty good until...
oh, wait, that was an episode of Big Bang.
Until he was informed that what he was drinking wasn't alcoholic.
Oh,
and
then
he couldn't talk to her.
That's right. Dumb. Shut up. How do I know that episode? Summer Glau, Terminator.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, we'll leave it there because it's an hour and a half and you're probably getting bored by now. And we'll be back, talk more stuff later. We can talk Jurassic World.
Yeah, we'll go watch Jurassic.
Incredibles 2.
Yeah, you've seen that.
I've seen that.
Is
you got to see it.
Is it
I'd
good?
go and take Indy to see it, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I would take it.
And we'll talk some more stuff then.
Bye.
Bye.